So these are all the pastels that I have been using, and I was looking at it and it was getting so cool. You know, even when you are using a slightly yellower version of a blue and a darker version of a blue, honestly, it was, I don't know, it just was making me cold. I felt I needed to also, no matter what, I took this white and I thought, well, maybe I would use this for the brightest white highlights, right? Because I needed to go lighter and lighter and lighter to create that drama. And then I changed my mind and I decided to pick up a pink. And so you see that this pink is actually, it looks very like a strong color, almost like it would be darker, right? So then I obviously, you can test it out on a sheet of white paper or something and see what it looks like. But sometimes you can't even tell until you put it up. So just that sort of impressionistic, I want you to see how I'm doing this. It really is, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not smudging. I am putting lines of pink over what I have, and I let the eye mix it. And the fact that this actually is a strong pink will show more color instead of it being too light or too washed out. I hope that makes sense, meaning too light in its pigment. So I'm gonna put a little bit more stronger pink up here where the highlight is, and then hopefully the eye will mix that and have that kind of warmth. See how that's vibrating a little bit? So I just felt I needed a little bit of warmth. I also I really want to practice with having very striking, like going from medium darker papers and going lighter. My whole career I've done the opposite. I've used lighter papers and gone darker. So I thought, well, what would it be like to kind of do the opposite? So this is the idea. So I'm gonna keep putting a little bit of pink over that and see what it looks like. And possibly maybe add a tiny bit of strong pink in the background. Yeah, oh, it's hard because in pastel, if you put it down, you can't go back. So I don't know, I'm gonna debate. I picked up, this is one of the Conte a Paris sticks. It is number 2340-11. And when you are sometimes putting pastel over pastel, right? I was using that super soft handmade pink, but it's thick. And it's, for me, it's mainly for the highlights because it's so thick. But these sort of harder, chalkier pastels, see how like I can put it down and very, very gently just sort of drag it. And it, I mean, I guess I just want to, I like using the word ghost, or it just hints at some pink, but doesn't completely disappear what's underneath. And that's exactly what I want. I want to show some warmth, but I don't want to completely disappear everything and make my top layer of pastel too thick, too cakey. So I hope this pink is showing up. I'm putting it along the edges a little bit, and I'm dragging it especially over the transition areas of the light, because the softer pink pastel will be great for getting some of those thicker strokes. It's practice of learning how to put soft over hard and how to put hard over soft. So now she's looking a little pink with like these blue shadows. It's all, God, it's all, it is just, you know, this is exactly what it's called, experimenting. It's really exactly what it is, experimenting. and just trying not too hard to go too much. To create even more drama, I decided to use this purple, which is number 1355, number 22. I never know which number is the correct number, but it is obviously a mixture between blue and red. And so I added that hot pink, and that was good, but honestly, now I feel like I just in the very darkest darks. So really just in the eye, maybe just in that very part of that darkest part underneath the eyebrow. I'm gonna be very careful. I don't know. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna put any in the nose. Maybe if I do, you see in the nose that the shadow really underneath the nose is stronger. Now, the nostril is pretty dark too, but when you say you kind of squint or you just put your eyes out of focus a little bit, you see how that nostril disappears. And I do think that it's just aesthetic that if we overemphasize nostrils, it's not, it makes you look inside a shadow pattern. So if I do put a little bit of nostril, it will be just the teensiest bit of a hint, and I don't want to make it too dark. The mouth might be just the teensiest bit of a hint too. Her lips are just the teensiest bit. I say that word teensy a lot. They're a little bit separate, but they're not as dark as the eyes. So as you are doing darks of the face, you have to graduate. There is, they're relative to each other. And since I want people to look at the eyes, those are where the strongest darks are going to be. And then, less in the nose, less in the mouth. The hair probably won't really have hardly anything. What I mean is of this dark. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. And I'm very conscious of the fact that I don't want to overdo it, because that's totally possible. But I just thought I wanted to keep you updated about as I'm adding things, and it's getting a little bit more dramatic as I go.